a save there and they score! So here's Lassen with a shot and he scores! And he drives it in, walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first one! Teresic gets a shot and scores! 4-4! Lachlan going to the net, shoots and he scores! And then towards Cox. Cox gets the shot away and Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! First over the lead!
Live from O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Good evening, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to the O'Brien Group Arena for this AIHL clash between the Newcastle Northstars and the Melbourne Mustangs. Well, the second placed Newcastle Northstars went down 4-3 to the Melbourne Ice last night. It was a bit of a shock upset, leaving the middle of the AIHL table congested, to say the least. Second place Northstars will be hoping to get the 3 points here this evening against the Mustangs outfit that was bested twice by the CBR Brave here at home last weekend, both scorelines 4-2. They'll also be looking to get the 3 points to keep pace with the rest of the pack in the middle of the AIHL table. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Steve White, and joining me after a bit of a debacle in the car park next door, it's a very good afternoon to Rod Johns.
Wowsy, wowsy, wow, dude, is all I can say. I thought for a while there I was going to spend my afternoon in a traffic jam in the car park.
Well, that's a standard Sunday afternoon in Melbourne, I'm finding like these. Last week it was the Monash, this week it's the car park next door, so you're starting to cross the destinations off. You're going to be the Eastlink next week. Or?
Dude, listen, if I could tell you the story about my parking yesterday, I tried to go to the footy, right? Yeah. We got there at half-time.
Really?
That's correct, that's how bad it was.
Most livable city, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
But we're about to take in the national anthems, and then we'll bring you all the action between the Northstars and the Mustangs right after this. Let's go down to centre ice.
Exhibition match. So in keeping with that, we have Xavier Player here to drop the puck today. Xavier is an AIHL fan and early Mustangs volunteer. He obviously also plays for the Melbourne Sentinels para ice hockey team. And he also was alternate captain for the Australian Ice Roos at the 2018 World Para Ice Hockey World Champs in Virimaku, Finland. So please give him a warm welcome. And can I invite both captains up? Thank you, Xavier. And please stay in your seats for the intermission to watch that match. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask you all to stand and remove all headwear as the national anthem is played. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, your goalie battle today between Kevin Nastiuk, Big Kev.
Well, that does it for the national anthem. Our starting goaltenders for the Mustangs, Kevin Nastiuk, 33 years old, save percentage of .854 in 2 games, that being last weekend against the CBR Brave, and Dane Davis on a great run of form this year, 13 games played, save percentage of .902. One winner of 3 good old cups, and he'll be looking to take that possibly to a 4th with the Newcastle Northstars should they progress to the AIHL finals this year. And it's a pretty safe bet considering they're at least, I don't know, how many points clear are they of second place? The 13th, so a 3rd place, I should say. only 7 points behind the CBR Brave at the top of the table. Rod, your thoughts coming to this game?
Well, I think that you touched on it a little bit before the anthem. This game is, I think, very important for the Mustangs. They dropped 2 last weekend. They dropped 1 against Melbourne Ice in the last derby that wasn't expected. They need to get back in form, and one way to do that would be to take out Newcastle, and if the Ice can do it, the Mustangs better do it.
Yeah, a surprise result if of mine. I mean, no disrespect to the Ice, but you would have expected, given the form Newcastle had been in, they would have easily taken the 3 points here at the O'Brien House last night. That not to be, however, the Ice right back in the finals mix, or at least the race for the bottom 2, 3rd and 4th spot.
Absolutely.
So we're underway here at the O'Brien Icehouse. Your officials for this evening's game, Grange Phillips wearing the bands, and Russell Dow and Dan Boyd are your linesmen. As the Northstars hold the line here, they throw this one in. Isaacson cleans up just behind the stick there of Owens, comes back out to centre. Out here to Thomas Killenik. He throws us out now here to Drolet. Had it stripped there in front of the boards. Killenik arrived late on the scene and just tried to pump that one in deep, but the Mustangs take charge, and they have it on the far side now here through Isaacson, trying to split the D here is Vyasov looking for the receiving action there from Isaacson. Just onside was that. McCoy pinching in. McCoy shoots, and that one's deflected there off the stick of Phillips and comes all the way back out to centre ice. So the Mustangs with an early chance. There's a chop and a half there. Not sure who that was. Tezarek. I think he's wearing, so that was Luke Simpson, excuse me, 45, not 55. A one-handed touch up, but this one pumped out now here by Phillips. McCoy takes over. Humphreys tries to pump it in, and the Northstars will use the opportunity to take a line change. Thomas Lander not in the lineup for the Northstars this evening. He had an injury last night against the Ice with his shoulder, so he'll be sitting for tonight at least, but not sure about his injury progressing forward. Mustangs, no real changes to the lineup from last week. Here's Anderson now. Sent across there to Humphreys. Humphreys drive and a shot that goes well wide, and Anderson will have to pick it up now here at the half wall. Picked up now in turn though by Tezarek. Puts it forward to Banga as Humphreys had him lined up. Banga avoided most of it. Humphreys just ended up getting glass and being right in front of us, and sent in front here to the ice. And Jones chipped it in, and they dump it in. Dave Ferrari will pick it up now here for the Northstars. Long-time servant of the Newcastle side. Chipped up to Tezarek, and the breakout now ensues here from Newcastle. Lindsay just lost the handle at the crucial juncture. Managed to keep it on the right side of the blue line as far as the Newcastle attack is concerned. He's got it now. Throws it on net, looking for a tip from Powell in front. And it goes all the way to the opposite corner for Francis Drolet to battle for the puck in the corner. 2v2, Powell and Drolet. Drolet ends up on the deck, and the Mustangs end up with the puck, as Powell has a little bit to say behind the play. And play continues up ice, but we've got a whistle. And I think we're just going to have coincidental roughings, I would assume, or maybe a bit
chippiness there from Powell and Lane. And I think Roulet might have had a couple of passing comments.
So Hamish Powell, no stranger, likes to mix it up, get physical, and well, he's going to stay in the box for 2 minutes. Let's have a look at this. There was the initial hit from Lane, nothing wrong with that. They battle in the corner, and then Powell's there, and then I think he was taking exception to it, maybe something in the lower back. But good call there from Grange Phillips. 2-2. Get on with it, gentlemen.
See a chiropractor if you have lower back pain.
Didn't we have one sponsoring the Mustangs a while ago?
We did.
As this one's sent into the zone, defensive zone for the Northstars, and we'll have a 4-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes. Picked up here by Phillips. Hands off now to his compatriot Simpson. And he tried to dump that one in and just went off. The Mustangs play, that being Isaacson. He gets the remainder. Isaacson sends it across. Oh, and puts it over the bar. Great build-up for the Mustangs. The final part of that play just went a bit astray, but encouraging signs early here for Melbourne as Isaacson just peels off and decides to break back in, but hands it off now here to the trailer. McMahon fires a long-range shot, taken there by Davis initially, just to spill the rebound. But Phillips there to mop up for the Northstars. Stolen here by Isaacson. Isaacson trying to shake the check here of Naden, pumps it right back, well intended there for McMahon. He gets the shoulder there from Simpson. Back to Thomas now. Thomas slides it across. Idea was there again. There's no one home. And that one just out of the reach there of Simpson. It comes back the other way. Here's Thomas, pulls up and waits for reinforcements to arrive. There's Burke arriving in the high slot. McCoy behind him. McCoy, but a lot of congestion in front of him. Managed to get a shot off, and Davis saw it all the way. Ferrari will just backhand this one deftly out of the zone, and the North Stars will try to press forward. The ice has started to open up. Scoreless if you're just joining us. 11:13 to go here in the first period. Here's Jamie Burke. Sends it across. Burke collides there with Jaden Ryan. Play continues. Jones with Lindsay on his tail. Burke has this one behind the net, looking for an outlet. In front is Jones. Oh, great save, Davis. Good play and a better stop there from the Newcastle netminder.
Well, that was a very good save, and it was actually a pretty good setup too. So the Newcastle netminder was right there and didn't give him anything, which is exactly what you want.
Don't forget, fans, if you want your tweets on screen, use the hashtag AIHL Game Day, and Rod and I will endeavour to break them down. And it's always entertaining. As Banga looks like he got one up high. Yep, and that's going to be high sticking.
Yeah, the acronyms and all that seem to really cause us, well, maybe not you.
More so yourself, yeah.
Exactly.
Leave me out of that one.
Yeah. But I do have a lot of fun with them.
Nick Leanders, I wonder if he's tuned in yet. Let's have a look. This is the penalty coming up. Yeah, not much debate about that. Damien Bright, just the errant stick coming over the top of Sammy Banga. So a 4-on-3 here for 14 seconds and a 5-on-4 for the North Stars. First power play of the game coming up here for the team from New South Wales. This one's sent all the way back, and Phillips will be the lone hand back there for Newcastle. With Vyasov, look at his steal, he's done it again. Vyasov causes the turnover. We saw him do this a couple of times against the CBR Brave last weekend, and one of them resulted in a goal. And the North Stars, well, they get their composure as Nazaric gains the blue line. Dropped off, Banga just can't hold it onside. And he'll be forced to retreat, and the North Stars will set up again in the neutral zone. And, well, that's not going to do with efforts like that. It's stolen here by Isaacson. Isaacson breaking in, lost the handle. And this one's sent all the way back now here to Thomas. And the Mustangs doing a pretty good job of eating some time up off the power play clock here of the North Stars. That one rifle into the zone. And 1:10 left on the man advantage on the 5-on-4 here for the North Stars. Their first foray into the power play here this afternoon. Here's Banga now. Banga top of the circle. Drag and drop, and just can't stuff it home. And well, maybe an early whistle, but probably couldn't see it.
For sure. I think that was an early call, and it was a bit of confusion. Yep. That's not the right word, but confusion between the goaltender and Mustangs defense. Yep. Because the goalie tried to get the puck, and you watch here, actually it was Flack coming in, and he took the puck away, and they're very lucky they got a whistle on that.
Yep. So 57 seconds left. Lindsay throws one on net, and that's about a couple of meters wide. Simpson tries to hold it in. And down goes Powell. Looks like he just tripped over his own skates at the end there. And that one, good effort there from Humphreys to force the North Stars all the way back into the neutral zone. Southwood collides there with Humphreys. As a battle ensues in front of the Mustangs bench, but comes all the way back to Simpson. And he starts out through center. Simpson now busting in over the blue line. Got a couple of players to beat. Well, looks like he got upended, and we've got a penalty coming up. And a trip is going to be the call. And plenty of penalties early. And that's a good call again. And
well, it's good for the North Stars, but it's not good for the Mustangs because, again, you can't beat a team like the North Stars by having your players in the box, especially people like Parker Thomas. So if you're going to hit him, hit him. If you're going to trip him, do it when no one's looking.
But yeah, that was about as sort of casually blatant as it gets. Just leave the leg there, don't worry about it. So Southwood. So 5-on-3 now here for Newcastle. To Phillips now. Here's Southwood looking for an outlet. Down low, they suited in front. Drolet trying to go his short side and kept out there by Nastiev. Good job from him. Phillips gathers it back in at the point. Look for the screenshot in front. Drolet back to Southwood, the reverse of his number 17, and he scores! Southwood gets the power play goal, and it's 1-0 Newcastle.
And that was a good goal. So if you watch, was it Southwood scored that? So you watch him, he comes in, he reads the play, and he's allowed to come into the high slot, pick the puck up, and take the shot. And my only criticism on that one was he may have waited too long. And I was about to say that when he scored the goal. So power to him. I actually think Nastiuk should have had that.
Yeah.
But the right play by the North Stars for sure.
Third goal of the season there for Shane Southwood, and it's the first for the North Stars this evening. They lead this one 1-0 against the Melbourne Mustangs. Go back to even strength. And out comes Fluck now with the puck. Gets lined up there by Tazari. Set in front, and almost a reply there from Anderson. Davis forced into action, and he holds on.
You know, it was funny. I was about to say to you earlier that, like, even on the first shift, I thought Matty Anderson had a good go. Mr. Clow, AHL Game Day is your key to engage with Rod and Steve on today's Mustangs hockey versus Newcastle Northstars train. Please troll the lads. Well,
it's fighting words there from my co-commentator there, Michael Clough. Oh, then we've got another penalty coming up. There's Humphreys. And another trip. This time, North Stars are the offenders. And Sammy Banga off to the penalty box. The Mustangs will have a power play, their first of the evening.
Well, you know, when we talked about their power play last weekend, and it was fairly inefficient. I mean, they had control, like I've always said, but they just can't seem to get good scoring opportunities. So if they want to be successful, this power play has to fire.
Yep. I mean, we talked earlier about Vadim. Even when he was killing penalties, he was creating turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the reverse has got to be true now here for the Mustangs with the man advantage. So Thomas goes to work. Naden tries to force him wide. Owens and Isaacson manning the points here for the Mustangs on this first power play unit. Isaacson sent that one across there to Owens and just fanned on the shot. And the Mustangs managed to hold on to the puck though. And they'll look to generate some more offense. Here's Isaacson, drops ice to Thomas. As this dribbles through, and that's going to go all the way back. And the North Stars are going to be quite aggressive on the PK there with Nathan streaming in. However, Nastiuk saw that coming, and the Mustangs will start their breakout all the way back in their own end. Here's Owens now, down the near side. Owens trying to get that through to Humphreys, but does a good job of holding on. Here's Vadim back to Owens. One-time shot from Isaacson through traffic. It's loose. Good save from Davis, and it's prodded out to safety as far as the North Stars are concerned. Killinick couldn't clear it all the way, and now it's back to Owens. Isaacson thought about the one-timer, then went the slap pass to Thomas. Went a bit astray. Thomas did a good job to settle that puck down. It's sent across now here to Isaacson. Back to Thomas, surging in. Nice drop pass. Owens thought about the shot. Brings his man to the ice. What a shot. What a play, and what a save there from Davis. Sequence of events there for both the North Stars and Mustangs. And maybe try to be a little too fancy, but hey, they had the goaltender all ends up.
Maybe one pass too many, but you got to admit they've been all over them in this power play, and they've thrown the puck around really well.
The beauty drop pass there to Jordan Owens as McDowell has it now. And that's sent back out by the goal scorer, Southwood. The North Stars without Rob Malloy, the captain today as well. As Burke tried to get that one through, and that just goes wide of the net of Dane Davis. So all hands on deck for Newcastle here. Some injuries to two of their key players. And that one's sent across. And Southwood will have to force that one out. As Newcastle has killed off that penalty, as the Mustangs are 0 for 1 on the power play here this evening so far tonight. As Banga steps back on the ice. 6:10 to go. Newcastle by 1. Southwood the lone goal scorer in this game on the power play for Newcastle. Ferrari tried to lumberjack that one out of the zone. Just got a fresh air shot. He goes to work now here on Anderson. Lane. Southwood. As you can see, Davis on the bench. It's actually Charlie Smart in nets. Actually, I do apologise to the viewers because he's wearing exactly the same mask. Here's Banga now. Banga slips that one through. And, well, that's Trolley Trollerson's. They didn't even need a tweet for that one. So 10 minutes in, and I've got the goaltender wrong. That's making the blooper reel for 2019. All right.
Minor technicality.
Yeah, minor technicality. So this one, 5:20 for Yasov. Tazarek now. Well, Charlie sure outsmarted me. Oh, there you go, Rod. There's a poor.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
There's a poor pun for you in the first period. It's maybe a little too early for the poor puns. Anyway, here's Lindsay trying to break in. The 3-on-2 potentially there for the Newcastle as Lindsay's shot just slides off the heel of his stick. And that one sent across. And all the way here for Ferrari, just to hem it into the zone. And picked up now here by the North Stars, and Powell just casually puts it in. Tazarek tried to bank that one off the back there of the goaltender Nastyuk, and very nearly successful as Owens pumps it in the other way, and Newcastle forced to defend their own third of the ice as Naden going to swoop on a loose puck now. It's sent across the zone. Here's Lindsay skating in, the mighty Roo over the blue line, potted away. Anderson will pick this one up for the Mustangs in a potential 3-on-2, but there's a big collision there of McCoy, but Simpson got out of the way.
And confusion too on the pass.
As this one comes back the other way, Humphreys, nice stick lift there from Banga. And he sends it back to the net of Nastyuk. 4 minutes remaining in period number 1. Manderson, a pretty good year by his standards. Here's McCoy to Humphreys. And Charlie Smart got that right the first time. He pumps this one in. It's loose in front. Back now here to McCoy. Tries to backhand that one through traffic. Ferrari tries to swat it out as Naden will take over now here for Newcastle. And he just chips that one out. And back now here to McCoy. Here to Anderson. Now taken away there by Simpson. And so both North Stars D very, very high. That looks like a trip. And okay, come the Mustangs looking the short side of the net. Smart had it pretty well covered. It's loose. And he covers up. And we'll have a face-off.
No call on that. That was interesting because it did look like a trip. Crankin' surf. AHL game day. No Malloy, no Mainwaring, no Landa. Did JFK's 5 take his gear?
Well, I'm expecting Ray Sheffield to get on the ice here in a second. Yep. Thanks, thanks,
AHL
Bert.
game days. Charlie Smart between the pipes, not Davis.
Thanks, Bert. I'm sure you'll remind me about it on the podcast on Wednesday.
It's good that we have good producers, isn't it?
I need better captains. Here we go. Here's Southwood. Oh, he lost the puck now. Coming back the other way of the Mustangs. 3-on-2. It's down the far side. Shot, and a great save by Smart. And he holds on.
So let's get serious for a second here. Not that we don't usually, but... There's another one coming.
I think you spoke too soon there, Rod.
Here we go. Timo, does the owner of the lawn know that Steven isn't there? I'll accept my $20 now.
Owner of the lawn. Sorry, Timo, that's a bit obscure a reference for me, but I'm sure you'll elaborate on that. I don't know if he's referring to my beard being trimmed. Anyway, here's Drolet. Drolet off to it, races on a breakaway, one-on-one with Nastyuk. He shoots. Great save, Nastyuk. And a golden opportunity there for the North Stars to make that 2-0. And Kevin Nastyuk with the save of the game so far. Killenek tried to clear the zone. Did so in the end, only deflected out now here to McDowell. And this one sent up here to Burke. Burke now gains the center line. Around 1, around 2 potentially. Powell harasses him. But Burke's still got the puck. Nice moves from him. Trying to draw a trailer there, and Owens heats off to him now. Owens saw the check coming. Burke comes to his rescue. Burke with a shot. Great play from Burke. And a great save there from Charlie Smart.
So, like I was saying, let's get serious for a second here. There were a couple of plays where there's direct confusion on who was going to get the puck. There was a cross-ice pass, and I actually think they were trying to pass it to Jordan Owens, who is going off on a line change. So you got to be very, very careful what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to end up having a 2-on-1 or a dead set breakaway.
So this one's sent across. Here to Thomas. Thomas to the outside. Owens now fires through traffic. Oh, what a save by Smart. Going post to post. Flash in the glove. And he holds on.
Yep, that was a good save. But from where we're sitting, would it have missed the net?
Nah, that was going far side.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that pass from Thomas.
Yeah.
The cycle may have been going on that
But
angle.
you know what? Doesn't matter. He
yeah.
took the shot and it was a good setup. And I actually think Parker Thomas is playing pretty well tonight.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we talked about earlier in the season, usually a forward's made the transition to the blue line as Powell goes into the boards from behind, and that's going to earn Thomas at least a 2 and 10. Yeah. Here's Banger now, 1v4. He shoots, and that one goes wide, and McCoy.
Now, look at the play, and you know how much I'm all in favor of the 2 and 10. But Parker Thomas was right against him and just give him a shove into the boards, and he was nowhere near a meter away from the board. So
yeah.
Be interesting to see the play again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
maybe.
The penalty's there, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
It's just that now that the new rule book, the referee doesn't have the discretion of 2 or 2 and 10.
Yeah, it's
straight,
automatic.
It's a straight 2 and 10.
Yep.
Yeah. So you will get players. I'm not saying Powell's trying to do it, but I have seen it before. Players trying to sell the call because that you take one of your best players out for 12 minutes.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
So
I thought he was a little bit closer to him in the board, so
yeah,
I might eat part of my words.
Look, the call was there, but anyway, power play coming here for the Newcastle Northstars as Pucker Thomas will be now 12. Will be in the box for 12 minutes. He was also last week against the Brave on a similar play. Here's Southwood down. Southwood was the only goal of the game so far down the near side. Flicks it around. Chip out to Drolet, manning the half wall. The Mustangs trying to press the Northstars back. Good play by Phillips to keep that onside. Drolet feeds it to Bangor. They prodded it some more, and Naden just can't put it over the red line between the pipes, and Southwood will reset the power play here for Newcastle as they look to get fresh personnel on the ice. It's sent all the way up now here to Naden. Phillips now over the blue line. Phillips a shot. Good save there from Nastyuk. Saw it going 5-hole the whole way, and a good check there from Naden to finish that play off. Phillips and Southwood will have to fish this one out. And back now here to Drolet. A couple of shots so far on this power play here for Newcastle. Banged it just on side, but would this be icing? No, cancelled out. But it was just on the right side of the center red line. Drolet fakes a shot, sends it short side. They congest the slot, but Nastyuk took the angle away.
Well, my friend, you certainly don't want to have them score now on this power play. So 14 seconds left. Go into the dressing room down 1. That's better than down 2.
Yep.
And likewise, it's fairly obvious that if you're the Northstars, you want to go in the dressing room up 2.
So 13 seconds remaining, and so they get a shot in front. Oh! Ryan, and couldn't force that by Nastyuk, and another great save here for the Mustangs goaltender.
But he was actually allowed to cut right across Nastyuk. Where was the defense on that play to stop that from happening? Can't do that.
Yep. Allowed to basically walk in.
Yep.
So 9 seconds, 30 seconds left on the man advantage. The Mustangs are just trying to clear the zone here and run out the clock. And it puts, oh man, and Bright is going to go to the box. Likewise as Parker Thomas. And penalty to end the period as Hamish Powell, the victim of both of those hits. So I don't want to say he has a magnetic presence there for those kind of plays. That one was looked pretty bad at full speed, but definitely there. And Bright, oh, is Bright getting ejected?
Be interested to see that again. I mean, Damien's, that's not his style.
Yeah, he's not a dirty player at all.
Nah, watch, here we go.
We just have a look at this. Here's Powell.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that's worse than Parker Thomas's.
Yeah. Wow, so they're going to be without Damien Bright. I mean, they did dress 7 defensemen, but I hope Powell's okay. But it's 2 of those plays in 5 minutes. We'll break that down when we come back. Southwood with a lone goal for Newcastle on the power play. The Northstars lead 1-0 over the Melbourne Mustangs after 1 period. We'll be back with the second right after this. And welcome back to the O'Brien Icehouse, where it is currently 1-0 to the Newcastle Northstars over the Melbourne Mustangs after one period. Shane Southwood, the lone goal on the power play for the Northstars. And Rod, your thoughts coming into this period?
Well, my thoughts are that they have to kill this penalty. This is the Mustangs. They have to kill this penalty, and they have to get back in the game and keep their head screwed on instead out of the box. And the interesting thing here is you got 9 shots for no goals with the Mustangs, 6 shots for 1, and that's no slight on Nastiuk either. Okay, so the Mustangs are playing well. They're just not on the board, and they need to fire. And you and I both have said that they have one line. They can't rely on that one line. The other lines have to contribute as well, and everybody's got to get into this. We're getting down to the business end of the year, and they can't afford to drop another game.
Absolutely, particularly with that pack starting to widen a little bit, depending on the outcome, of course, of tonight's game and the other games across the league. I'd like to thank everyone who reminded me that Charlie Smart is in net, not Dane Davis. I felt like that scene out of Office Space when I didn't put a cover sheet on my TPS report, waiting for Bill Lumberg to tweet in. Anyway, 14:50 to go, 10 seconds left on a short power play here for the Northstars, and then they will get one player back at least, but they're coming back the other way here through Drolle with a shot. Good glove from Nastiuk on the short side, and he makes the save.
Well, you'll be happy to know that Mr. Dore is attentively watching us, okay?
I'm sure he is.
And he, too, picked out the fact that Mr. Smart outsmarted us.
Well, so did, I think, half of Newcastle. So I think I'm going to get blanket banned there.
No, look, I reckon you're still the #1 dude, so I wouldn't worry too much if I were you.
Well, I know Stan's tried to blanket ban me. Peace, Stan, if you're watching, enjoying a sandalfoot. As this one slings the rest of the ice. And Stringer, well, thought about going for it, bailed out and allowed Phillips to grab this one here for the Northstars. 1:19 left on the man advantage here for Newcastle. They lead by the slimmest of margins as that one's sent all the way back to Charlie Smart. And I'll try and play this one up that Asher comes to Drolle. Well, left that one through to Bangor. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Here comes here to Simpson. Now here to Bangor, just couldn't keep it on side. As maybe off to the races there as Humphries had it in his skates. Tough one to take on the fly. And the Northstars get out of jail there as Bangor got a little hook there from Vyasov. Play continues. Bangor to the outside. He shoots, and that was off skates before he got through. Gets it in his back, tried to wrap it around, and Nastiuk got the pad down and kept it out.
That was a great pad save.
It just saw it at the last second, I think, Nastiuk, and flashed it out. 30 seconds left on the power play here for the Northstars. Already got one power play goal tonight. And that one's fired in. That's going to be icing as McCoy's going to get to it, and we'll get a whistle.
So, as you are the wealth of... Look there.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
It looks like Charlie Smart to me, actually.
As you are the font of all hockey knowledge within this country, what can you tell me?
He knows he's on TV anyway.
What can you tell me about Simpson?
Oh, so... excuse me, just as the puck dropped, Luke Simpson, we were talking about him actually last week, came over from Lacombe Generals, 3 years in the Canadian college system, Mount Royal University, played for Minnesota Duluth, was drafted by them but didn't actually play a game. So also played for Notre Dame Hounds in junior level, who were an affiliate of the AIHL at one stage.
Well, if you're playing for Minnesota Duluth, that's a pretty good go.
Yeah, well, as I said, he didn't actually play a game, but he was drafted by them, so, well, recruited by them, I should say. But yeah, he's him and Trey Phillips, who came across after the departure of Gabai and Smart, have filled the gap very well for the Northstars. Just before that June 30 import deadline, as we saw also the signing of Kevin Nastiuk, of course. Yep. This one's set behind, and, well, Isaacson took a hard shot into the boards. Looks like he just blew a tyre. Puck comes back out to centre, and the Northstars will try and force it out. Come back now here to McMahon. To Isaacson now, over the line. 3-on-2 now here for the Mustangs. Dropped off to Burke, just has to peel back off and look for a shot. He got one off, and Owens was looking for a tip, but Smart saw it all the way.
And Owens was in exactly the right spot, though, because if there's a rebound, he's right on it, and that's where you want to be. You want to be in front of the goaltender, making him look at other things and lose his concentration and put the puck away.
I was going to say, a fair few people from Newcastle have made the trip down this weekend. Also, shout out to Michael Smith, producer of the Newcastle Northstars stream. He was here earlier as well. I think he's up enjoying the game at the moment, not having to worry about pushing buttons and switching. Always a bonus. But looks like he might be he might be doing that during the finals up in Newcastle, obviously, on August the 31st. Here's Ferrari. Slid across now here to Naden. Backhand, and that one is batted out there by Nastyuk, and Mustangs look like they'll try and clear the zone. 12:07 remaining in the second period. And it's just 1-0. A couple of whacks there from Simpson. And shot there pretty easily saved by Smart.
Let's talk a little bit about the 2 penalties that happened at the end of the game. So you got a 2 and 10.
There's Michael there and his father-in-law down. Obviously, also down, we had the hockey camp with Hillary Knights as well in town.
Well, I was going to talk about that. I actually was trying to get an interview with them through Emma Poynton. So I was hoping that we could get a few minutes to have a bit of a chat with them.
Sure. So I was trying to throw this guy's water bottle back and he left it. So 11:50 to go. And I think we got that on the GoPro cam. Anyway, play continues. Rifled around. There's Drolet. Sent across now. Powell looking for it. Peter Phillips slides it across. His shot straight into the breadbasket, and Astyuk saw it all the way again.
So I was saying that I was actually having a chat with Emma to see if we could get a friendly couple-minute chat with the 3 girls to see if we could make them laugh, as we would. But what an honor to have those 3 out here. And I mean, if you follow ice hockey and you happen to follow the women's competition, and I actually love to watch the women in the Olympics, especially when Canada plays the United States, because there's absolutely no love lost in those games.
Oh, yeah.
It's on for young and old, and it's actually good quality hockey, a lot of fun to watch.
As this one now moved out here by Erzin, over the blue line. Powell had him lined up, just shakes the check, and away come the North Stars the other way through Drolet, pulls up, slides it across, and a shot. Oh, they went up the pipe and in! What a shot there, Simpson. And he puts it past, and the North Stars have a 2-0 lead. So that is Trey Phillips, excuse me. And Phillips now extends the lead to 2.
So have a look again, okay? Have a look where the Mustangs players are. That was a good cross-ice pass by Drolet, and the North Stars player actually walked in onto the top of the circles and let that shot go. That's a breakdown in defense for sure. Here you go.
See, the shot actually went off the post and off the back of Nastyuk and in.
Yeah.
So that's Trey Phillips' 4th goal of the season for Newcastle. And he has made it 2-0 here, and the Mustangs crowd a little silent. Hell of a shot there. And let's see what kind of response the men in orange and black have. Picked up here by Banga, trying to dangle his way through. Ryan with a shot, good save by Nastyuk. Southwood with a turnaround effort as well, but that goes well wide. And Burke will start the breakout now here for the Mustangs. McCoy. Southwood had him lined up, managed to poke that puck in. Ferrari goes back to do the mopping up here for Newcastle. Took a pretty stiff check in the process. Ryan all the way back now here to McMahon, to Burke at centre. The Mustangs swing back in. Jones picks it up on the far side. Tried to centre there and slip it through to Burke, who did a good job of retaining possession. Burke back to McMahon, trying to quarterback something here at the point. He shoots through traffic. They prodded it, and McDowell does as well. And there's protest that it may have gone in. And people got excited there for a little second, as Berkey, I think, was protesting that it went in.
Well,
have a face-off.
2 things here. So the Mustangs actually aren't playing badly. I actually think they're either with them all the way or carrying the play a little bit too. It's just unfortunate that if you have a mental breakdown and all it takes is one thing like that, and the replay tells it all, because everyone's looking, they're bunched up, they're not watching that person coming in. You have to be disciplined and stay spread out and understand that there's more going on than just the guy with the puck.
And Erzin now sends this one across. Right back in they come, does the Newcastle Northstars, as Simpson, his centering pass there to Naden went wide. Drolet picks it up now here for Newcastle. Avoids one check, hands it off. Send it there, or at least an attempt was made there by Naden. And Drolet picks it up now here for Newcastle at the half wall. Newcastle trying to set it in front. It's off the side of the net as Simpson was trying to prod that one past Nastiuk. The Mustangs get a break here, but they're going to be 2 on 3 as Anderson cuts to the outside. Anderson now centers. Oh, Flack was just an inch wide. It went off the post in the end. And an inch the other way would have gone off the post and in, but not to be. As McMahon starts to break out now here for the Mustangs. Humphries with a head of speed. It's going to be icing, surely. No, not according to the linesman. Humphries has done a pretty good job to chase that one down. A shot. And as you saw at the top of your screen there, referee James Phillips collided there with a play of Matt Lindsay. Lindsay's still gingerly to get up as it's loose in the low slot. And the puck finally back into the Mustangs' side of the ice as Vyasov now has it over the blue line. Vyasov now looking for Isaacson. Out now here to McCoy. McCoy now pressured there by Tazarek. They've got it through. Here comes Powell. 1-on-1. He shoots and scores! 3-0 Newcastle. And it's all one-way traffic on the scoreboard here at O'Brien Icehouse.
So, watch the play unfold at the blue line. The North Stars player manages to get clear of the defense and walks in all alone. He should have been taken right there, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, Powell given a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Time and space to walk in.
So Jack McCoy was coming back, trying to back check on him, but like he was up too deep and he got caught. McMahon got taken out of the play along the boards, and it just happened 1-on-0, and a good shot beats Nastiuk.
Third goal of the season there by Hamish Powell. The third goal of the game for the North Stars, and they have a 3-0 lead. Drolet tried to dangle his way through. Nice stick lift there from McDowell, but stripped it instantly. The Mustangs, however, managed to get a territorial advantage there on the dump in. Here's Ferrari now. Long-range pass cut off there by Erzen, seeing more minutes now, obviously, with Thomas in the box and Damien Bright obviously out of the game as well. Well, looks like Damien actually just got the 10. Just saw him there in the penalty box. So he was being escorted off the ice towards. We're trying to get confirmation if it was a 5 game or a 2 and 10. It looks like it's just a 2 and 10. There's McDowell's shot. Oh, and it just trickled wide off the save there of Smart. So Mustangs down 2 defensemen. 2 of their best D as well. Here's Drolet. That one's shot of ricocheted. Icing's going to be cancelled as Nastiuk will settle down. Both teams look for a line change. Erzen now just has to pull up. Try and start a breakout now with his defensive partner there in Jackson Lane. And they take this one at center. Anderson drops it off now. Here's the rush here from the Mustangs towards the outside. They look to work it here to Humphries on the near side in the corner. Pushed into the glass there by Ferrari. Flack has the puck. Thought about going to McCoy there on the point, but stripped of it there. And good play there by Trey Phillips. And out come the North Stars. Naden 3-on-2 now here for Newcastle the other way. Simpson to the outside, his shot, and Nastiuk took enough of the angle away to cancel that out. Banga trying to search for a loose puck, and a clearing attempt there from McCoy goes astray, but Humphries has it now for the Mustangs. And oh, looked like a high stick there as Flack went down. Holding his teeth, he doesn't look too good. As Anderson has the puck, play continues. 6:45 to go. Owens tried to clear the puck out. Here's McMahon, a shot. Oh, and that went wide of the glove there is Smart. Picked up by Humphries in the corner. He gets checked there by Lindsay. Good battle from those two. It comes to the point now. Here's McMahon. McMahon with a clear shooting lane. Penalty coming up. It looks like it's going to be on Banga there for holding Owens as Nastiuk heads to the bench for the 6th skater, and whether or not the Mustangs will get to utilize it, we shall see. Here's McMahon. 6 skaters on now here for Melbourne. For Vyasov, well, they're not going to get anything out of that. And a penalty coming up. And I think that I thought it was going to be on Banga there for that battle in front of the net, but looks like it is.
No, it's on Banga.
Well, it looks like Matt Lindsay was going to the box.
Oh, maybe. He's trying to trick you there.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a look at the replay, perhaps. Here's the high stick. No, that's not it.
What did you call it? Trip?
Yeah. Okay, that's the high stick there. It was just obscured from that angle. Couldn't see where the stick ended up. Oh, so maybe it was for this. I don't think there was much in that, maybe interference. Definitely, yeah, I'd say interference there, or holding. But I thought it was for this battle. You could see there at the top of your screen. Definitely.
I don't think anybody saw that at all.
No.
So it was the call from before.
Yeah. So McMahon. So there were 2 penalties there. You can pick one of them. Mr. Zarek. This one sent away here to Nastiuk, and the Mustangs will have a power play here. 5:55 remaining in period number 2. They're down by 3. Here's Owens, gains the line and just pulls up now, top of the circle. Here's McMahon now, send it across. McMahon manning the point. Here's Owens, top of the circle, back to McMahon. Thought about the shot, unloads, and it's deflected wide. Owens will try and keep this onside, and does so. Slipped back into the corner to Vyasov. Top penalty kill unit out now here for Newcastle, trying to force it all wide as Ferrari does battle with Vyasov in front of the net. So 1:13 remaining on the power play. It's like it was just forced over the blue line. Powell went looking for it, looking for his second.
He would have been gone.
Yeah.
They were very lucky.
Yep, absolutely. 5:13 to go, 1 minute left on the power play. Vyasov gains it in behind the line. It's shot off the side of the net and back out to the point now here to Owens. Here's McMahon, and Owens has enough time to regather that path back in. McMahon now. One-time shot from Isaacson was a beauty, but a great stop from Smart.
Well, you can't take anything away from their control. I mean, they actually, if you watch the clock and have a look at where they are in the power play, for at least 3/4 of the time they have control. They just can't put the puck away.
So 2 other games being played across the AIHL. It's the Perth Thunder and the Adelaide Adrenaline about to do battle. Is this one shot wide? Those 2 teams battled last night in the first game of the doubleheader. Thunder taking that one 4-2. Burke with a shot, and that's blocked up high. And the Mustangs have it hemmed in. 30 seconds left now on the power play. Anderson across now here to Burke. His shot goes off the glass. McDowell picks up the rebound. See if they get a couple of more shots on this power play as McDowell walks into the top of the circle. Thought about letting it go, delays and resets his options. Anderson back to McDowell. Going to have to get a shot here before the power play expires, but maybe a little too cute there from the Mustangs. And they're going to run out of time here on the man advantage as Burke decides to bust back in. We're back to 5-on-5. Here's Burke's shot. That goes wide, and Jones cleans it up. Jones now got spotted. McDowell coming into the low slot. Great feed from him. Just unable to put the finishing touches on that play. Here's Burke. Slides across to the high slot. Shot from McDowell again. That's blocked up high. Courageous block there by Killinick. And Newcastle deflecting everything that's being thrown at them at the moment. Here's Anderson. Just tried to slip that through to Burke, who was all by his lonesome there in the high slot. And Northstars will use this opportunity to get fresh legs on the ice, and the Mustangs look to try and catch them on said change. Anderson slips through to Vyasov. 3:30 to go here in period number 2. 3-0 the scoreline. Newcastle with the margin. Here's Owens. Owens with a shot and a pretty comfortable save there for Smart.
Let's just go deviate back to the first period with those 2 hits along the boards again. So I actually had a bit of a chat during the intermission. Someone asked me, did you think the first one should have been called? And I know what I said at the start, but when I looked at it again, like you and I both said, it's a hit from behind. You have to be very, very careful. For people who don't understand, that's it for sure. You need to understand the limitations of playing in that part of the ice. And if you hit the person the wrong way, you're going to go for a 2 and 10. And
Yep.
You just can't afford to have that happen.
Yep, particularly 2 players as well.
That's correct.
So Bright still remains in the box. And we've got a penalty coming up now. Well, looks like he's about to exit, actually. It's the end of his misconduct. First stoppage at the end of his 10. And that one was played with a high stick. Wasn't actually a high stick. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off.
I was having a chat with one of my players about that after we talked about that last game.
Oh, yeah.
The gentleman went into the box and had a rest, and there was no need for that. So we had a good laugh at our last game about that.
Well, it was the opposition. You wouldn't have said anything.
No.
Here's Banga now. Banga trying to burst in. He's muscled there by Isaacson and turned enough to separate him from the puck, and Isaacson takes possession. The Mustangs will look to come out of their zones. We're another player who's served his 10, that being Parker Thomas. Banga. Naden. There's Lane just Smashes that off the boards. Back here to Vyasov. Nice touch pass there, intended for Thomas. Idea was there, but the Mustangs will have to go back. Take number 2. Owens now at the blue line. That being his own blue line. Sends it wide to Isaacson. Isaacson fires, and that one deflected past the net of Charlie Smart. Thomas now playing pretty deep here for a defenseman. Owens will go and retrieve a loose puck and keep this alive in terms of an attacking surge here from the Mustangs. As Naden tries a little chip and chase. Owens picks up the puck at center and tries to squeeze by a couple of defenders. Thomas with a trailing shot is seen by Smart, and he gloves.
Well, Parker Thomas, again, like we talked about, you can't afford to have him sitting in the box for 10 minutes because I actually think he's playing a good game. Michael Smith, what do you do when you're not producing a stream? Travel down and send updates to the crew back home. That's so nice, isn't it?
Spending your flights to on non-producer stream now, it's all good. So, as I said, Newcastle done a great job with their stream the past 2 seasons. It's Bright now. Good hit. Great hit there from Drolet, just finishing off that check. And this one dribbles through to Smart, and he'll cover despite the presence of McMahon.
But you know what? I'll just say again, Matty Anderson, that was a good little play because he just flicked the puck towards the goalie. Jesse Sherman, AIHL, game day, come on, Mustangs hockey had a good portion of the play on our terms. Need to turn things around to keep the finals alive. Well, that's completely correct, Jesse. Just getting back to what I was saying about that little play. A bouncing puck to the goalie and someone's driving the net, nightmare, okay? And that's something people need to do a little bit more of, I think.
We're talking about the permutations of the table at the moment. I mean, if we take a look, the Brave on 45, the Northstars on 38, then the Bears on 25, a 13-point margin, and then the Thunder on 21. And if the Thunder beat the Adelaide Adrenaline, they go to 24. The Ice with their victory, 20. The Mustangs, if they don't win tonight, they'll be on 18. And they'll be slipping further back behind that pack. The Ice Dogs play the CBR Brave tonight at Macquarie, and after taking a loss to the Bears 6-4 in the Battle of Sydney last night. So the Ice Dogs, they've lost a lot of games by 1 or 2 goals, and that might hurt them in the long run. But plenty of hockey left. But as we should mention, that one covered by Nasty. At this stage of the season, I mean, you could write off Turno's, well, I spoke too soon there as Burke came in and gave the face wash to Hamish Powell. A bit of a scrum at the side of the net. Looked like Hamish nearly got a skate in the face. And
well, Burke tapped him on the chest, so there couldn't have been anything intentional in that. Well, maybe not.
Well, accidentally on purpose, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. But Thomas looks like he's sitting. And he is protesting his call. But might have to have another look at that. So here we come. Covered by Nastiuk. Banga. Well, gave him a little bit of a shower. That's what I think he took exception to. Yeah. And then Jamie's it's gone straight for the rear naked choke.
I take that back, okay?
Oh, you don't like to see that.
So maybe that's what he was tapping him on the chest for. He didn't mean to do that. The last bit of it, not the first bit of it.
But particularly when you've just lost your lid as well.
That's correct.
Phillips. Drolet now. Shakes off the check. So the North Stars will have yet another power play as Parker Thomas has gone for roughing. And Phillips has the puck now here for Newcastle. A bit of miscommunication there as Southwood will start the breakout now here for Newcastle. 20 seconds remaining in period number 2. It's been all Newcastle so far. They have another power play right here. 91 seconds of it to be exact. Bright through to McMahon, and they'll just look to eat this one off the clock as McMahon shoots that one just wide of the net there of Smart, and that'll pretty much do it here for period number 2, where it's been all Newcastle Northstars. They lead this one 3-0 over the Mustangs.
Well, 3-0. And they're trying to kill a penalty. The Mustangs, like I said, they have to stay out of the box. They have to get focused. They have to get a goal and get back in this game.
Yep.
And this is a pretty serious game. They do not want to drop it. If they drop this, they're going to be behind the 8 ball, and they're going to have a long, hard road home.
Absolutely, as we talked about the permutations of the AIHL ladder. So to wrap it up here after the end of 2, it's Newcastle 3, Mustangs 0. We'll be back with the 3rd period of play. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to the O'Brien Icehouse, where it is currently 3-0 between the Newcastle Northstars and the Mustangs. The Newcastle Northstars with the 3 goals. Southwood, Phillips and Powell, the goal scorers. And Charlie Smart, I think, was giving us the hello. And as we can see, some hockey royalty over there. Hillary Knight, Hannah Brandt here in attendance. They've been giving camps here for the last couple of days to some of the locals, some of the local hockey players, and we thank them for making the journey all the way down under to further the game. And great things they'll be teaching the local kids and the women's game as well. So thank you to them for their support here, and I'm sure they'll I think they're coming after the game. They've got another skate, don't they?
No, that's correct.
Yeah, so
I was hoping, like I said, that we could have given them a little bit of an interview and a laugh and a giggle.
You can see Tommy Powell up there as well, the Melbourne Ice.
Yeah.
There's Isaacson. Goes to battle there with Banga. Isaacson stole the puck, tries to stop it short side. Vadam was just waiting there for a pass out in front. And not to beat. Otherwise, swing and a miss there as the power play, only 15 seconds of it left, and then the Mustangs will be back to full strength as Thomas looks set to come back out of the box, and Newcastle holding on to a pretty commanding 3-0 lead as they tweet it out through to Owens. Anderson left the puck behind. Ferrari.
Owens set him up well, but I think there's traffic there too, so he's watching the traffic and everything else. As
that shot actually deflected, the pass deflected off the referee, and then Owens had a chance there to blaze away, but just put it away, put it high, and Tazarek has the puck now here for Newcastle. Ferrari, or just, Tazarek blew a tire.
No, come on, no way.
Is there a trip there?
I don't think so. Let's have another look at that, because he looked, unless he stepped on his stick, because it just looked like he lost an edge and fell over.
Let's have a look, Rick.
I was wrong.
So, well, unfortunately, I'm not going to have a look at that, but Jackson Lane is going to the bench, the penalty bench, that is. And we're going to have another power play here for the Newcastle Northstars. Just as the Mustangs killed off Thomas's penalty, they're going to have to kill off another one. So Lane in the box, 2 minutes for tripping, and a 3-0 lead. It's even more unassailable when you're short-handed here for the next 2 minutes, and the next to impossible if the Northstars get another one here, as Tazarek is impeded legally there by Bright. Puck in front of the bench. Here's Phillips. Tazarek now, and Bright's done well there to force the issue and force the puck out to the neutral zone. Shots were 22-17 in favour of Newcastle after 2 periods. As Lindsay, 22-17 for Mustangs. My bad. Just dyslexia.
You know, I was just going to say to you before that, like, we killed that penalty off. That's exactly what the Mustangs wanted, and now they're right back trying to kill another penalty. Down 3-0. You really can't afford to keep doing that. And I think this time around, like, unfortunately, we couldn't see the replay, but I'm not convinced that that was a trip.
So here's Francois Drolet. Here's Banga now. Banga pursued there by Stringer. Banga's done well to shake their check of Isaacson, but Isaacson did even better there to pin him to the glass. Appeals for a penalty. I don't think there's anything in that. As Drolet forces the puck back now here to Phillips. Moved in. Well done there by Drolet on hands and knees, essentially, but forced out by Thomas here to Isaacson. One-on-one with Phillips. Here's Isaacson to the outside. Isaacson trying to cut through. Shot was just kept out by Smart. It bounced a couple of times there in front of him. And fortunately for the Northstars, it's to the side of the net. Southwood now takes it away here for Newcastle. Over the blue line. Southwood, who got the first goal of the game. He's stapled by Thomas. Living dangerously in that area of the ice tonight. As Owens just bursts out of the zone, left the puck behind, and Naden picks it up now here for Newcastle. He throws that one in front, tip there from Banga, and it's kept out by Nastiuk. We've got another penalty coming now. Looks like Phillips. Now that's going to go to the Mustangs. We've got a bit of a scuffle there in the corner as play continues. As they get a man back, they're going to have a man straight back in the box. as Lane rejoins the action. Looks like Thomas is going, and yeah, he's just going me again. And I think it's going to be a slash.
Well, or maybe a cross-check. I don't know. It was behind the net, a little bit behind the play.
Let's have a look. Cross-check, you're right, Rod. There's a battle there behind. Here we go.
Well,
oh, that was there. That was well before it. So, another penalty. I think Thomas has got, what, must have like 16, 18 penalty minutes. Obviously, the most misconduct has blown that out of proportion. Anyway, Tazarek, the Mustangs just can't afford to keep taking these penalties, as that one shot out of the zone, and Smart will gather this one in here for Newcastle. Oh, dangerous pass, and that almost deflected into the net. Here's a follow-up drive from Bright, and he sprays that one well wide. Oh, a bit of indecision there, nearly a calamity for the North Stars, but they regain their composure and start the puck back out. Sent across now here to Lindsay through the neutral zone. Good there for Powell. Already got a goal tonight and been in the wars to some extent. Slipped through here to Lindsay. Got Tazarek calling for it. Lindsay tried to slip that 1-5 there on Nastyuk. He had Tazarek waiting. And
well, you know, a very interesting thing. So cross-ice pass in front of your own goaltender. Sure, you're on a power play, but you really don't want to be doing something like that, because you can just imagine that on the forecheck, right? You pick that up, put the puck away, and all of a sudden, there's just a tiny bit of momentum shift, and 3-1, and anything can happen. So play it smart on the power play, get the 4th goal, sew the thing up.
Here's Banga. Power play, there's 104 seconds, 64 seconds, excuse me, 104. Well, geez, this is turning into a bit of a gong show here in the commentary box, as this one slipped back in now here to Phillips. He shoots, and that's deflected, and into the netting. We'll get a whistle.
Gong show.
Well, that's hockey terminology 101. Come on. Oh, dearie me.
Well, let's rejuvenate ourselves here, okay?
Yep.
So, what do you reckon about the next derby?
19th of July,
Yeah,
correct? It's the last one for the year.
Yeah.
Well, given the Ice won last night over the North Stars, that they'll be, I mean, that's in 2 weeks' time, but I think they'll be looking to put a bit of a spring in their step in terms of the confidence, but they do have the CBR Brave next weekend in a doubleheader in Canberra. So it's going to be a rough ride for them. Here's Banga. Slips it back to the point. Here's Drolet. His shot there is chipped up and almost out of the zone. McMahon manages to fire it out. Isaacson's in behind the North Stars defence. One-on-one now here with Southwood. Isaacson waits for reinforcements to arrive in the form of Stringer, but he can't connect. And the North Stars will start the puck back out now here through Phillips over the blue line. Phillips to the outside with speed. Good shot, and it's kicked into the kick plate there, courtesy of Kevin Nastyuk between the pipes. And that one's just chipped all the way out of the zone. The Mustangs have killed off another penalty. 14-15 remaining here in the third, as Lane takes over now here from centre ice. Chips this one in. Ferrari's going to be first to get it with Burke right on his tail. Owens prods at him. Lindsay has the puck now. And out now here to Simpson with Banga. 2-on-2 break the other way here for Newcastle. Here's Banga now. Walks into the high slot. He shoots. Oh, good save. I think it might have been deflected off the skate there of Lane in front of Nastyuk, but nonetheless, it didn't get through. As Naden has the puck now here for the Newcastle Northstars, and he sets out the puck over now here to Ferrari. And now here to Lindsay. Lindsay off the kick plate as Simpson was camped there at the blue line. Off now here to Tazarek. And McCoy forces the puck back the other way. Owens now. The Mustangs have to get a reply here soon. His shot, and that was blazed away well wide across the slot there in front of Charlie Smart. Picked up now here by Burke to the point. McMahon one-timer, and well, made a meal of it, as Tazarek's going to have to pick this one up now here for Newcastle and try and force his way out of his defensive zone. 2 turns. Twice around the roundabout goes Richie Tazarek, and he's forced the puck back out now here to the neutral zone. Here's Simpson. Simpson to the outside. Still got it. Oh, and he just lost control at the last minute. And he couldn't get a shot off Kevin Nastyuk as Powell collides with his man, that being McMahon. Good check on him. Burke has it the other way, though. Here's the trailer. Anderson. Great save by Smart. And Mustangs fans want a penalty. And the Mustangs bench want at least 3. And that will be icing.
Yeah, you want to see that again. I don't know. I think that I'm not too sure that there was a penalty in that. let's just go back to the Derby while they're trying to sort themselves out here. So I actually think if I was a betting man, the fact that the momentum has shifted a little bit to the ice,
Yep.
that they would be something to be taken very seriously by the Mustangs. And if I'm Canberra and I'm ice and I beat Mustangs, I've got to jump in my step there too. So
Yeah.
the only thing they got going against them is they're in Canberra, I think.
Well, as that one's ruled offside, it was interesting. I mean, I thought the Mustangs could have won either of those games against
They did,
Canberra.
absolutely, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Jesse Gabriel was the X factor in both of them, but I would have taken confidence that the Mustangs, I mean, they got paced at 11-4 the first time.
Yeah.
And then to 4-2 decisions, which they could have won either way. I think you're quite right there. My only issue is that Canberra are just that next level team, and as it reflects on the standings and the ice, we've been sort of short-handed in the personnel department this season due to a number of factors, so that's covered by Charlie Smart. Hanging with Canberra twice is going to be a big ask.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'll go a split. Okay.
Yeah, I'll split. Okay.
A split because again, like if Mustangs had to beat them in the Derby, right?
Yeah.
Then a different story because you lose your momentum. But they beat the Mustangs and they beat Newcastle, so now they got a bit of confidence going for them. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're quite right there. And Brad Weigel, good to see Brad Weigel back behind the bench as well. And that's shot into the bench, in the front of the bench, and we will have a neutral zone face-off.
Stan Scott, AIHL game day. The discipline is a gong show. Stan, I was thinking about you actually. We haven't actually shouted out to you at all. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're enjoying this. And I hope you're having a red wine for my friend and I.
A Sandalford wine to be exact. That one shot, a good save there from Smart, and it goes loose to the side of the net of Charlie Smart as they're picked up here by the Northstars. Humphries dishes it back now here to Bright. McMahon didn't have much to shoot at, so he puts it through traffic. Vyasov now picks up the crumbs behind the net, hands it off to Humphries on hands and knees. Here's McMahon with a head-hunting shot that goes wide, and danger averted there for the Northstars for the time being. The Mustangs bring it back in. Here's Humphries now. Sent that one across to Isaacson, who had a bit of time and space. And Banga has it now for the Northstars. And he just relinquishes control as Naden and Vyasov had a little bit of a tangle at the blue line. Nothing untoward, and play continues. Here's McMahon with a head of steam. Shoots. Pretty comfortable save there for Smart. Loose puck behind the net, picked up here by Owens. Got two loose players on the points. He's got one of them in Thomas. Thomas thought about the shot, drew his man in. Intelligent play there from the Mustangs D-man. Slips it through here to McMahon with a shot, a tip in front. And it went the wrong way as far as Owens was concerned, but the idea was there. The Mustangs sniffing here for a goal. They're going to be running out of time. Only 10:40 left on the clock in regulation. They need at least 3 to send it to overtime. Drolet. Tazarek gets shoved to the ice. It's moved out now here to the near side through Jamie Burke as Powell tried to check him at the blue line. And Phillips will take over now here for the Northstars. His pass eventually comes out to the neutral zone as Powell went looking for it. And it's sent back the other way here by the Mustangs. And, not going to be icing according to the linesman. As Killenek comes back now here for Newcastle and just dishes it out. We talked about this depleted lineup here for the Northstars. No Mainwaring, no Lander, and no Rob Malloy. And they've answered in kind, though, despite those personnel losses. And they lead 3-0 here over the Melbourne Mustangs. As this one sent out to centre. There's Flack. And that's going to be offside, and we'll have a whistle.
Well, I think we touched on this in the previous period. So if the Mustangs want to win, a line like this needs to fire and put a puck in the net to shift the momentum, right? They've had their chances, they just haven't been able to capitalize, and they must get a goal. There's still plenty of time left, okay, despite the fact that you just said that we're running down. But if you score one, right, that starts the whole thing, and there you go.
Right on cue, Rod Johns. The Mustangs have got one on the board. We got a little bit of extra after that.
So the trick to this is get out of there. You've achieved what you wanted to do, score the goal. It's not your first line, perfect stuff. Get in the game now, okay?
So the shutout bid of Charlie Smart broken with 9:35 to play. He'd been excellent up up until that point. Michael McMahon has the goal here for the Mustangs. Let's take a look at the replay. So he drives, gets his own rebound, and then we have a bit more after that.
But that was good effort, okay? The shot wasn't that great, but there was a rebound. He reached around, put the puck in the net, and that's exactly what I said. Somebody else has got to get this thing going. Now, on the other hand, and on the flip side, right, you've got the Northstars, a 3-1 lead. You do not want to go into a shell. You must keep the pressure on and not give up another goal.
We saw Nick Ferrari, brother of Dave there, enjoying the action. Plays for the Premier Sharks. I'm not going to say they're the reigning 2018 champions, Daniel Slinsky. Oh, I just did, sorry.
It's okay, the Saints are coming. The Sharks should be afraid.
So, right answered, well done. So, the Blackhawks sitting in third, I think, unfortunately. As Bussy, Damien Holland will attest to. We had a bit of a chat about that before the game. As this one sent here to Drolet. But in Senior C, we're top. So this one sent out to Vyasov. 9 minutes remaining here, 2-goal game. Isaacson to the outside now here for Melbourne. Looks for an outlet there, Humphreys being one of them. Goes back to the point. Shot there from Thomas, was off the shin pads there of Phillips, and he backhands this one out of the zone for Jackson Lane to go and fetch. We talked about 2 other games this afternoon. Brave and Dogs will tackle. Dogs lost 6-4 to the Bears last night in the Battle of Sydney. That one's shot out of play into the netting. And the Thunder and Adelaide Adrenaline will go to game 2 of their double header. The Thunder 4-2 winners last night. And interesting seeing the Thunder will come here to Melbourne next weekend to take on the Mustangs in a double header. And that's a real juicy clash considering the fortunes of those 2 sides.
Have a look. Mustangs have shifted their lineup a little bit.
They have
moved Owen from that first line to play with Berkey and
Anderson. So Owens has gone down to second line. And he had the puck there, managed to get that off to Anderson. Just shook Hamish Powell off there on that check. As Owens has the puck now, he goes down. Fans want a penalty. I don't think there's anything in that. As Ferrari was trying to get off him, you would think accidentally on purpose, as he's known for. That puck through traffic and saved by Smart.
Well, Owens is asking for a penalty.
Yeah, look, I think there was one there definitely, but because he said it's known Dave Ferrari for years. It's the kind of game he plays. But
he's no relation to the car, is he?
Okay, it is third period time. It's time for bad jokes. So here it is. Bit of a tangle in the corner. Not much there. Oh, he's stepped on the stick was between his legs there. There's a
He's
trip
not
there.
really getting off him in a hurry, is he?
No, absolutely not. No. Yeah. I think could have easily made the case. Jordan gave him a little trip there at the end, but actually probably the correct call to let that both go. But we're going to have a penalty now nonetheless.
Who's got it?
Looks like it's against Newcastle. Killenik's going to the box. High stick is the call. And the Mustangs get a penalty. I think it was on Brendan McDowell, the high stick, the recipient of the high stick. And we will have a power play here to the Mustangs. Yeah, there you go, right in his face.
Well, while they're setting up here, a little shout out to Rachel Blake. It's her birthday today, and I hope she's enjoying the game. And I hope she gets a nice present from her husband and treats her extra special on this extra special day.
So a shout out that we don't usually give to non-Twitter people.
Yeah,
we usually get one in every week though, Rod. So here's Thomas now.
Well, we haven't heard it from our San Jose girl.
We haven't heard from Anders either.
Oh, that's correct. He's out getting pickled herring.
Oh, absolutely. And this one's sent out to center ice. Thomas Vyasov going to break in here on this power play. Good stick, active stick there from Drolet to push the puck back out to center. And the Mustangs will have to reset. Nice pass and entry there here from Vyasov from Owens. Owens has the puck now. Dishes off to Humphreys, setting up shop at the point on this umbrella now here for the Mustangs. Thomas interchanges places with him. Isaacson top of the circle. Thought about the shot. Gets it through finally. Seen by Smart. Will hold on.
Well, they've got control. They've got to get some shots. They've got to give their players something to work with. Anthony Russell, Mustangs as a team are never short of aggression. But this game has been very unfocused aggression. Loss of temper and control. Hopefully the goal lets them in. Well, Anthony, that's correct. You can't have your good players sitting in the box. And in pencil, Mustangs getting some pressure here, but the next 5 minutes are crucial, and that means staying out of the box. That's right, Anna.
There you go, from San Jose. That would have been ruining the loss of Joe Pavelski to the Stars, I'm sure. Here's Burke now. His shot, and that was tipped. Smart had it coming down low, glove side, and it was tipped wide of the net. 40 seconds left on the Mustangs power play here as this one's sent back out to centre. We should also talk about the next fixtures we talked about. The Mustangs have a double header against the Perth Thunder here next weekend. The Northstars have the Sydney Bears at Macquarie next Friday night. So interesting in terms of the outlook of the rest of the season, in terms of next week at least. And the Mustangs, if they could take, or the Thunder take the 6 points, then it's really game on in terms of their third and fourth spot. Here's McMahon going coast to coast, and he tried to stuff it short side. Smart denied him, and the puck is out of play.
So I just want to make a quick comment here, okay? So McMahon rushes through the whole team and tries to do it on his own. Berkey rushed through the whole team to try to do it on his own. They need to be smarter than that. They've got a little bit of momentum, but one guy can't do everything. So use the other people properly and go after them.
Yep. So we're back to 5-on-5 just momentarily here as that one went short. Comes back on the ice is Killinick, and we're back now to 5-on-5. The penalty box thought it was a little early, but anyway, play continues. Thomas sent around the kick plate into the opposite corner. Here's Bangan to pick the puck up here for the Northstars. Hasn't been on the score sheet tonight as Bangan, a bit uncharacteristic of him considering how well his season's going. Powell has been though, and he's got the puck now. 2 points already this evening, goal and an assist. And the lone hand is, I did mention before, JFK's done a great job of shifting the lines up and getting some production from the rest of his players, considering he has 3 players missing. Here's Banga over the line. His shot, pretty comfortable save for Nastiuk. So as we look forward to next week's fixtures, obviously we talked about Northstars and Bears on the Friday, Thunder and Mustangs double header on Saturday, Sunday, the Adrenaline and Ice Dogs on Saturday. The Melbourne Ice and the Brave will have a double header that weekend.
Pencil, did I hear that someone wanted a hello from San Jose? Not even a problem for fave Aussie League announcers, even if they're not Sharks fans. Well, we might be Sharks fans in the big league. We're just not Sharks fans here.
Well played, particularly on our producer anyway. This one shot out into the neutral zone. Drolet now tries to get this one here to Simpson. Simpson shoots. Oh, put it over the crossbar, over the shoulder, and after a good move from the Northstars. As Ferrari tangles with his man. Northstars touch up. They're just onside. Good play from Drolet to get this one through to Simpson. Has Naden waiting at the back door, and the puck just went wide of his stick. And the Mustangs trying to break back out. Here's Drolet now at centre. Turns the corner. Back now here to Naden. His shot blocked into the shin pads there of Michael McMahon. Northstars doing all the attacking here in this last minute or so. As Burke tried to glove this one out and, well, had to be deft with the touch there in front of his own net. And he peels off behind the net, starts all the way back out. Had the puck stripped from him there. Naden's going to go and chase this one. As Anderson will reset the break-in now here for the Mustangs. They've got 350 to get 2 goals at least. Keep the Northstars from scoring to force it to overtime. Lindsay grabbed that one out of the air, was checked there by Flack. The puck put in deep and picked up now here by Phillips. Phillips now with a laser of a shot early to get the second goal for the Northstars. Banga has the puck now. Banga over the blue line. Banga, nice move from him. Delays the shot, kicked out by Nastiuk. The rebound spills out now here to Ryan. Checked there by Lane. Southwood. Pressure there, trying to get the puck back to Killenwick at the point. He shoots, and that's gloved by Nastiuk. Great save. May have been going wide, but it didn't matter. And he holds on.
Well, they're running out of time. They've got to get something going. They've got to get the second goal. This is Mustangs, obviously. And then they've got to get their goalie out to have a go at the third one. Like I said, it's all discipline here for the Northstars. All they have to do is play solid, sensible hockey, and they'll come away with this win.
2 goals the margin with just a shade over 3 minutes remaining in period number 3. Bright now. His outlet pass eventually finds Isaacson by way of Humphreys. Isaacson now to the outside. He's trying to do it all on his own as well. So it's like a lot of solo efforts, as Rod mentioned. Bright's knuckleball shot almost trickled through. Smart kept it out. Vyasov picks it up in the opposite corner. Got McMahon and Bright manning the points here for the Mustangs. As Vyasov tries to shake a couple of checks here from the North Stars. And they come up with the puck and start their breakout here from Simpson. Nice cross-ice pass here to Banger as he retreats to the bench. Banger now. Nice little Spinorama Savard move. Got forced to the ice there from McMahon. And the captain of the Mustangs picks the puck up now with the blue line and starts it out here to Humphreys. So I've read that one brilliantly there to Cesarek. And Cesarik's going to break in on Nastyuk. His shot into the shoulder of the Mustangs goalie. He holds on. So it'll be interesting to see when the Mustangs will pull Kevin Nastyuk, if at all. I'd say with a 2-goal margin, you'd be looking at around the 90-second, 100-second mark. But as we talked about, Max Parrott's still not behind the bench. He's been away at a wedding overseas. So Damien Holland and John Moses sharing the coaching duties at the moment, as Burke has the puck now. And, well, I stand corrected because Nastyuk's headed straight to the bench. There's 6 skaters on now here for the Mustangs. Sliding block there from Dave Ferrari. Penalty coming up against the Mustangs. And this is not going to help their cause at all. And the Mustangs take a penalty late. Looks like Matt Anderson's going for the high stick. And no real protest there.
Well, it's very unfortunate, isn't it? Because look at the clock, look at the score. They got their work cut out for them big time. So it's the buzzkill they weren't looking for there for the Mustangs. The North Stars just have to hold on now here for another 2 minutes. We have a look at the replay. Yeah, it was just there. Oh, so it was when the shot block was made and he's gone to clear the puck. He's hit Dave Ferrari right in the head. So it doesn't matter where you are on the ice. It's contact above the shoulder. So good call there from Grange Phillips. As rough as it may seem to some of the Mustangs fans, it's the correct one. This one's shot and deflected out of play, and we'll have a whistle. But you know, crazier things have happened. 150, and you just got to be very careful when you're on the power play that you don't lose sight of what's going on. Like we talked about a cross-ice pass and things like that. So on the forecheck, and they're going to be trying to get the puck. This is the Mustangs. If you're not careful.
As that shot is bobbled up in front of the net, it didn't get through, and it chipped out now here to Isaacson to the far side. 100 seconds remaining in the period. Isaacson, nice move, pulls up to the high side. Isaacson shot, had Smart moving, and Isaacson nearly had that at 3-2.
He was going upstairs, and they let him cut into the slot, and he got good wood on it. It just went too high.
And we've got an empty net again here for the Mustangs. You may as well. So Isaacson to take this draw. McMahon and Thomas setting up shot on the blue line. Owens looks like he'll set up in front of the net. This draw crucial. And well, the North Stars have won it. And Phillips is going to slip this one out now here to Naden. Long range try is going to go wide. Not going to be icing as he was over the red line. And also they're on a power play of, don't forget, well, numerically anyway. Here's Isaacson. To the outside. Isaacson centered that one in front. Smart saw it. And this one sent across. And it's chipped out now. Here's Owens now. Went searching for it. Here's a chance for the North Stars to ice the game. Here's Banger. 3-on-1. Trolley. He shoots. He scores. It's 4-1 and it's game over. Newcastle are going to take the win here over the Mustangs.
Well, it's you had to have a go. There'll be people that'll be watching this game going, why would you pull your goalie? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about winning. Down 3-1, you've got no real choice. It doesn't matter if you lose 3-1 or 4-1. You have a go at it, and they had a go at it, and power to them. It's unfortunate that it ended up the way it did. I actually think that as far as the game is concerned, other than the fact that the Mustangs spent too much time in the penalty box, they played with them. They just couldn't put the puck away.
Indeed, it was really that second goal, I think, which sort of killed them again. So this one shot out, and is sent in behind the net. So as we talked about the Mustangs, well, they'll have to go to work against the Perth Thunder on Saturday. We'll be bringing you that game at 5 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, and again on the Sunday, 2 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time here from the O'Brien Icehouse.
Are we together?
We are.
Holy guacamole.
All weekend, mate. It's going to be third period bad jokes, so we're going to get a whole week to prepare 2 periods worth, John. Right?
I might trim my beard.
Oh, no, don't make my mistake. It's this one back now here to Ryan. Ryan looks like he might try and make it 5-1, but thought against a shot, and he had trailers on offer as well. And Bright picks it up now here for the Mustangs. Maybe time for a late consolation goal for Melbourne. Here's Stringer to the outside. His backhand shot is blocked aside there by Smart. Stringer picks up the rebound and dishes this back into the corner. There's Killerwick now. Has the puck. Turnaround shot from Bright. There's a follow-up chance from Erzen, and that's over the crossbar. And well, the Mustangs about to take a loss that they really can't afford to at this stage of the season. The Newcastle Northstars have won this game 4-1 over the Mustangs. They take 3 points on the evening and 3 points out of a possible 6 on the road trip, Rod.
Well, it's just made the gig that much harder. And
yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, they've lost a couple games that really they couldn't afford to lose. And
yep.
now they're looking to climb up just that much steeper of a mountain. So when Perth comes, as much as Stan won't be happy, they've got to sweep Perth here, right, to stay in the hunt properly.
Yeah. So the Mustangs currently sitting on 18 points in 6th place. The Ice Dogs will play tonight, depending on how they go against the CBR Brave. And then you've got the Ice on 20. The Thunder, who will play the Adelaide Adrenaline, you'd expect them to win against Adelaide, even though it was a close one last night. They'll go to 24, and North Stars now will be at 41 points. So it's going to get harder for the Mustangs if they're going to take these mid-season losses.
Absolutely. And I mean, you and I talked about the fact that, like, the first and second place doesn't matter. The last place team is pretty much developed, okay? So
yep.
There's no debate. It's all about third and fourth, and it's very close, but if any one of those teams don't pay attention to what they're doing, the spread gets a bit wider, and then pretty soon they're chasing someone's tail from a distance.
Yeah, absolutely. So to wrap things up here from the O'Brien Icehouse, it was the Newcastle Northstars victors over the Melbourne Mustangs 4-1, and they take the 3 points here to try and close the gap on the first place CBR Brave. My name's Steve White. On behalf of my co-commentator Rod Johns, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next Saturday from 5 o'clock as we bring you the Mustangs and the Perth Thunder here from the O'Brien Icehouse. It's bye for now.
See you later, mate.